Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Tuesday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parish Construction and Roofing. If you need an orthopedist, go to Brock. Need a roof? Call Parish. Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com, and On Fire Athletes platform powered by GameCoin. Of course, our sponsors are scrolling at the bottom. They are all linked in the description on YouTube and tagged on Facebook. I'm actually working on the process of tagging them on Facebook right now. All right, y'all. So yesterday when we were speaking, Corey Chest had just entered the portal, and a short time later, Mike Williams entered the portal, and then Tyrell Ward entered the portal. So 3 players hit the portal. And on top of that, Jordan Sears, Cam Carter, Jai Bailey, Derek Fountain, like they're all out of eligibility as well. So you're going to turn over, that's 7 right there, at least 7 players on your roster. And by the way, they're not done with the portal. There will be more that enter. I'm certain of that. And, I think it's probably a good thing when you are as bad as LSU was this year. I mean, is there really anybody that you're just aching to keep, right? Like you feel like you just can't? Be a real bummer if you lost that guy. Not to be disrespectful, but like you very clearly had a roster that was incapable of competing, so you need to go put together a roster that is capable of competing. So, let's see if they can do that. I am pretty consistently going to say what I said after Bryce Underwood flipped, which was Underwood flipped, and then Underwood flipped and they lost. They lost out on Jakeem Stewart and Cade Phillips and all those guys, and they were flush with cash. And the whole thing was, we're going to be really aggressive in the portal. And I was like, all right, give you 30 days. Let's recoup in 30 days and see how it looks. Say the same thing about basketball. All right. You're going to dump money in this basketball roster? Cool. Let's see how it looks in 30 days. And if it's anything like football did, great. We should be really excited. But just because you have money to spend doesn't mean you're going to be able to track the top players in the portal. So let's see if they can. Okay, y'all. Let's say some good mornings here. Tiger baseball back at the Diamond tonight at the box against ULL. Cajuns coming in. LSU beat ULL last year in Houston. But when they played in Baton Rouge in 2023, Cajuns won that game. That was so funny that the national champion Tigers in 2023 lost like 5 midweek games. It's crazy. Because clearly they stunk, right? You lose midweek games, you stink. Anyway, all right. Tim Gotro, good morning. Hey, Thomas, good morning. Weston Weaver, Brett DeGrow. Hey, Brian Penton, good morning from Metropolis, Illinois, home of Superman. Big win for the Tigers. Is there really a Metropolis, Illinois? It's interesting. Okay. Big win for the Tigers. How does Tennessee lose 2 games last week and still remain number 1? Tennessee didn't lose 2 games. Tennessee lost 1 game last week. They won the series against Alabama. They lost the first. Oh, you're talking about the midweek game. Well, Tennessee won their series on the road at Alabama, and LSU lost their series at Texas. Brian Wynn, good morning. Outstanding performance by the women's basketball team yesterday. Third quarter was phenomenal. Yeah, Flaugier getting into foul trouble and sitting basically the whole second quarter obviously slowed things, but when they came out in the second half and they were whole again, it was a blitzkrieg. So back-to-back games, scoring 100-plus points. And now on to Spokane for the Sweet 16 against NC State. The Fighting Will Wade's on the ladies' side. I don't think Will Wade's coaching the women's team at NC State. So let's see. 2 more games, hopefully, and Kim will have him back in the Final Four. Sorry, I can't get this. I get my cuff. Hey, Brett, good morning. Drew looked happy playing T-ball. Great photos and videos. Thanks, man. Yeah, so that's the Miracle League of Louisiana. They do a great job, outstanding organization. So, yeah, he loves to go out there. Hey, Deborah, good morning. Bubba Smith, good morning. Helping Dale this golf game every morning. How about Dale just out there playing golf every morning? Respect to it, you know. Caleb, I'd like to see Schmidt and Ware get some time today, see how they respond after Texas. Do you think, depending on how Newt looks, Jay gives him a chance against Mississippi State? Hey, Rocky, good morning. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Look, if you want to throw Newt today, let me put it this way. If you think you'd like to throw Newt this weekend, then you certainly don't extend him today. I think that remains to be seen, but you're looking for guys that can. He's one that probably deserves a shot. I agree with you on Ware and Schmidt, you know, but the other point of it is, like, those aren't midweek guys for you. Those need to be weekend guys for you. Like, you need those guys to be able to pitch on the weekend. And I would say especially Ware, because you've got to have some left-handed arms in the bullpen. Because you don't have them right now. I mean, after Anderson on Friday night, they're using DJ Primo, who it was part of that 8 reliever effort on Saturday. But Dalton Beck, Connor Ware, Cooper Williams. I mean, you got to have a lefty emerge, you know, and this might be a tangential sort of random aside. I think we're also seeing now what comes with the false confidence after playing a garbage pre-conference schedule. LSU baseball strength of schedule, and this is after playing Texas 3 games, is 191. That's heinous, y'all. I mean, what are you doing playing Purdue, Fort Wayne, and Omaha, and North Alabama? I mean, that's a miserable schedule. And as a result, you have guys go out there, perform well against those teams, and you think, oh, these guys are great. And then you have this dramatic step up in competition. You go, oh, maybe they're not great. I'd rather figure that out in the first month of the season. Hey, Seth, good morning. Jason H., good morning. Brian Penton. All right. Metropolis. Gregory Gordy, good luck to kids taking the ACT today. ACT in the middle of the week. I took the ACT on a Saturday. I seem to remember. Hey, Tyga Poppy, good morning. Hey, Dale, got here late. Miss anything? No, Dale, just started the show, you know. Kind of chatting with everybody. Mentioned a little Tiger basketball portal stuff. That's the usual. Hey, Trivia, good morning. Kelly Watley, good morning. Love the show. Thank you, Kelly. Very kind of you. Appreciate you for being there. Patrick, good morning. LSU basketball better have a good plan with all these players leaving. Patrick, we've talked about their plan forever, man. I mean, you know what the plan is. Can they go execute it? We'll see. They got bags of cash ready to spend, just like the football program did, and they're intent on going to do it in the transfer portal. And by the way, all the players leaving, if you don't think that those are mutual decisions, come on. Like, season ends, you go through your roster, you decide who's going to be invited back, who isn't. As I understand it, there's a few players that have a decision to make about whether or not they want to return. Or if they want to see if they can go test the portal and see if they can make money somewhere else. But I'm telling you right now, Patrick, like I'm telling you, those 3, Chest, Williams, and Ward, that ain't it. There's more coming. Book it. Kelly Gross, good morning. Caleb, patiently waiting to see Guidry, hopefully healthy, could have used him against Texas. Yeah, I made some calls yesterday about Guidry. I know there's like these conspiracy theories that it's not injury. It's injuries. It's back, and he's actually dealing with something else also physically. It's an injury. So I think they're hopeful, but I think it's a far from a guarantee. And, one thing about Jay Johnson is for as long as he's been here, man, he don't like talk about injuries. There was was it Newt? I think it was Newt 2 years ago where like Jay just kept saying, "No, it's coming," and never actually said he had Tommy John. Until like the start of the next year when they were going through the roster. It's like he's not very forthcoming with injuries. I mean, like when he was asked about Gavin, he was like, "It's lower body. It's not an arm." Like, well, actually, middle of the body is like what he said. Like he won't say, "Yeah, he's got a back injury he's dealing with." Oh, would you look at the time? Would you look at the time, Dale? My goodness.
Parish Construction and Roofing. At Parish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof, all the way down. Parish Construction and Roofing. Parish built. Parish built. Parish built. From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
All right. Here we go. Parish Construction and Roofing. Remember, you need an orthopedic, go to Brock. You need a roof, you call Parish. Brock, remember the game day prep event coming up on May the... Let me make sure I have it right. I want to say May the 20th, but I think it might be May 10th. Let's see. Excuse me. May 10th. Free physicals, ages grades 6 through 12. May 10th. Get registered. Also, remember, Unique Physique, lowest prices, never any contracts. That's semaglutide, tirzepatide, the once-a-week injections for weight loss, the weight loss shots here people talk about. You want to take back control of your weight? Unique Physique can help. Lowest prices, never any contracts. They actually do 3-month pricing as well. So if you buy 3 months at a time, you save $100. It's Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com, and Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. All right. Patrick, how about the LSU women's scoring reports like their lives depend on it? Hey, Daniel. Morning, Matt. Thought I heard something a couple of weeks ago that potentially Will Wade was going to Texas. You hear anything about that? Yeah, I know there was interest from Texas potentially in hiring Will Wade. And ultimately, NC State beat him with a punch. So good for NC State. You wonder why teams fire their coaches early? That's why. Because you get a head start. So Texas made the NCAA tournament, which delayed firing their coach and Rodney Terry. And by that point, NC State had already hired Will Wade. That's why you fire your coach early. I'm not saying, like, I'm not advocating, but I'm just explaining that's why you do it. But yes, there was interest. I know there was interest from people in Texas in talking to Will Wade. Michael Durang, good morning from Lafayette. Hey, Rocky, I know you have a singular source on the Guidry issue. Not anymore. I now have 3 sources on the Guidry issue because I made a bunch of phone calls yesterday. And what I was told yesterday is they're hopeful, but probably not a guarantee. Hey, Mark, good morning. Jason H., time for the Mad Shuffle. Brent, good morning. Tiger Diver, who do you think is pitching today? I mean, Newt started last week on the midweek and did really well, so I would assume that's probably the easiest answer there. But again, if they want to save Newt for the weekend, maybe you go Ware Schmidt. So I think those guys need to get back out there and throw. And then you always have guys that need work in the midweek because this is their opportunity to get out there and throw against live hitting. So, you think about the guys that didn't pitch on the weekend or had a limited role, like you'd probably see Maverick Rizzi tonight. You'd probably see Cooper Williams tonight to get Dalton Beck out there to get another lefty some work. Joe Mama, what are the Saints doing signing Brandon Cooks? What's the vision there? Yeah, I don't know. Talked about it last week. Brandon Cooks is 31. His production has dropped each of the last 3 years. He is an aging player whose production is declining, and the Saints gave him a multi-year contract worth $13 million. That's stupid. Especially when Brandon Cooks' skill set is he's the deep threat, right? Well, you have Rashid Shaheed, who's younger and better. I don't get it at all. Not a lick. Jesse Post, good morning. Seth, not going to lose any sleep over guys transferring who were part of a 3-15 conference record. That's kind of the point. Yep, that's it. And by the way, they're not done. Compare the record and results of the Texas basketball coach who got canned to McMahon's. Stark difference. Brett DeGrow, maybe we start playing some of the Big Ten schools pre-conference that can't play at home in February and March. I'm for it. And by the way, back to Dale's point about Texas. Remember, Rodney Terry got promoted when Chris Beard was fired. LSU hired Matt McMahon and gave him a 7-year contract because you were amid scandal. Like, if you wanted to attract a good coach, you had to give them both time and money. And that's why he got a 7-year deal and over $2 million a year. And that's why you're sitting on a $10 million buyout, which they're not going to pay, nor should they pay. Brett, maybe we start. Oh, sorry, read that one. Thomas, crank it up, Dale. Ray Langlois. Hey, Jeff, good morning. Jonathan, good morning. I know we just started with the team. How's Josh Thompson looking this spring? Sarah Porter was at right tackle running with the twos. So Saturday was his first practice with the team. And so that was our first time getting to see him. So, and Saturday I was at the Buddy Walk, emceeing the Down Syndrome Awareness Group Buddy Walk. So I did not even get to see practice Saturday. Tigers are back on the practice field today. Meaty gets 20 minutes of availability, and then we're going to talk to Joe Sloan after. So I can't tell you I know how Josh Thompson looks. I haven't seen him. He's been at one practice. John, sorry, just read that one. David, good morning. Gray, morning, Matt. If there's one thing you could change about college football, what would it be? I would get rid of the garbage games, the cupcake games forever. I would make everyone play a full schedule of Power 4 opponents and never play the garbage games again. G5, you go play your own schedule. FCS, you go play your own schedule. The Power 4 would never play the G5 or the FCS again. Yeah, I mean, Dale, that's true. It's different it's priorities, but also, again, what he inherited and the finances associated with the contract. I mean, all those things matter. Hey, Charlie, good morning. Avery, Ardwin, Cam Ward, and Nola. I don't see it, man. They would have to trade up to number 1 and look at, you just had a team 2 years ago do that. Carolina went from 9 to 1 to get Bryce Young. And they ended up trading, they pick swapped 1 and 9, gave up the next year's 1, and then that year's 2, the next year's 2, and DJ Moore. Like, the Saints just aren't a good enough roster to be able to afford to do that, to take a shot on Cam Ward. If you felt like it was Joe Burrow or Peyton Manning or, like one of those guys that feels like they can't miss, everyone agrees, number 1 quarter, okay. Like next year, if it's Arch Manning, okay. I mean, Cam Ward is a journeyman, undersized, I can't get there. If you're picking one and you want to take Ward, okay. Trading up for Ward, essentially giving up your first and second pick in each of the next two drafts. No. Hey, Lowell, good morning. Ivanka De Silva, good morning. Gregory Gordy. John Emery's not coming back to LSU. And I told y'all that whenever he first announced he was coming back. So, and by the way, John Emery did put on social media yesterday that he's not coming back to LSU. So no, he's not coming back to LSU. I mean, you have 5 scholarship running backs. So there's no spot for. I don't even know if you have a scholarship available for him. Johnny, good morning. Todd Landry, women's basketball look good. Team's getting back in the groove. It's amazing when you have all your players healthy what that can do, right? Scott Bork, good morning. Daniel, did Guidry's injury come during warm up at the bullpen? I have no idea. I don't know when it happened. No idea. All right, y'all. That's all the questions. All right, I guess we're done. We'll get out of here. Go get Drew up, ready, and go. Brett, what's the latest on Trey Holly? His trial is set for July. I think July the 9th, if I'm not mistaken, is the date. So he'll have his trial in July. If he's cleared, then July 7th. Close, though. Steve, I'm not putting your comment on the screen, but I love it. That is it. For those who are looking at that comment from Steve on, I'm not going to say it, but I'll put it on the screen. That is in reference to a conversation he and I had once about the like taxes and the Boston Tea Party and like all the colonists. It's like, you know what, we're a coffee drinking nation because they threw tea in the harbor. It's like all the colonists were like, man, blank tea. It's just preposterous to say blank tea. Anyway, it's hilarious. Anyway, Dale, good morning. Hit him straight, Dale. Yeah, man. Pelicans won last. In fairness, Mark, the Pelicans won last night against the Philadelphia 76ers, who fielded a G team. As injured as the Pelicans are, at least they were playing NBA players last night. And yes, I did watch the game. Good morning, Leon Williams. Appreciate you for being there. All right, let's get out of here. Y'all have an awesome day. Go check out Locked on LSU, AFR3. We'll see you.